So taking back your energy, the energy that belongs to you, is about acknowledging how you feel and to really listen to your inner needs and longings. What are these needs? And sometimes it can seem like you know everything and you've tried all kinds of different ideas, spirituality, other different concepts. So you have a lot of knowledge, but and that's it's an interesting exploration. But many times knowledge only or concepts only, especially when they're mental, like Advaita or non-duality concepts, many times they are just keeping you more in your mind and just feeding your mental state, which is usually based on separation. And when you start to connect more to your inner true needs, that has nothing to do with your mind. That has to do with your intuition. It has to do with your heart's longings, your intentions, your sensitive, energetic presence, what you experience. And this is always happening. It's happening for you, but you may forget that it is happening because you may have this tendency to really focus on your mind and to really forget about where you are, what it is that you're truly feeling. And this feeling, and is luckily we have a body, a physical presence, because that helps us. It can help us so immensely and so fantastically to remember us. And, oh gosh, I forgot I have a breath. I have a body that has needs. Because if you don't look after your body, it's just going to, it's going to fall apart. It's going to, I mean, I notice this too. When I'm sitting too long and I'm not moving, my body gets weaker and it's not energized. You need to really just train your body, or give it attention, give it care, as well as you do this with your mind. But this world nowadays is so focused on the mind. It's just so everything about information and getting knowledge, that this is like your mind. It becomes like this huge bubble. It becomes this huge brain activity, and that can feel like an very intense stress or very intense sensation, maybe even restlessness. But it is your nature to be in touch with your needs, to be in touch with your intuition and your energetic sensations, to be open to this and to recognize them. Your body is open and receptive and responding, and it's digesting, continuously adapting itself, aligning itself to whatever it is that's going on, like temperature, like blood streams, like the nervous system, the oxygen, the transportation of all things that have to be taken out of the body, and things that have to be that the body needs. So there's this continuous physiology, but also energetically there's a lot of things happening. But what happens is that we forget that. We forget that we have this That's just happening. Why is the video output low? Hello Anne, and hello Abil, and you are in India 11:11. Oh, nice. So you are here, whoever that's watching the streaming or the video later. I still sit a little bit more closer, but I'm going to check the live stream health because it's not good. Okay, let's see if this helps. Let's see if this helps. Okay, so as I said, you can write me questions. I think the live stream is, well, the output is still not very good. I don't know why that is. I'm working now just with the natural light. I'm just in front of the windows. I noticed it's better than if I have the light. I will just use that. Oh, the quality is okay? Okay, good. So in a way, what this is about is that it's remembering your nature. It's remembering your utterly open, innocent nature that is present, that is shining through your body, it's shining through your character, it's shining through your actions, and you may remember this, but maybe sometimes you also forget this. Maybe you forgot it and you're here to remind yourself, and I can help you to remember this. It's also about reconditioning yourself or freeing yourself from limited ideas and conditioning that you picked up in your upbringing, maybe in the culture you're living in your environment that you are now working in, or that you are just around you, and it's also possible to connect with others on the streaming, because there are others that are also on the chat, so you can connect with like-minded people that are also just beautiful people, because we're all beautiful people. And I think it's the most important thing in life is to remember who you truly are, and that it's possible for you to live a more relaxed and balanced life, that it's possible to recognize your character, and to recognize also parts that you think that are you, but they are not you. They are just parts of your story. They're parts of your identification, but it's not really you. But your character is in a way a free expression of yourself. It's the things that you can't stop doing, that you just keep doing, that you like, that you have this natural preference for. That is your true character. It's not your true nature, but it's part of the way your nature shines through you. Like some birds from the same species behave differently. Why is that? Because they are all unique. They're all little sparks from the same species, but they're all just a little bit different. And that's exactly the same with us. We're all very much the same. We're all humans, but we're also completely unique and a little bit different. And right now I am working on a very nice project collecting leaves from flowers. So I'm collecting when a flower or plant in the garden, or even from my mother, I asked her to save the flowers from a bouquet of flowers that she got for her birthday. I asked her to save them because when the flowers are finished flowering, you have this leftover flowers, and sometimes they have this amazing quality to them, even though they are dead. They are not connected to life's force anymore. They're in a vase, or they are just finished blooming. Then there's still this beauty, and there's still this colors also, and textures. And so I gather that, and yeah, it's really inspiring me. So that is part of my character. That's something that I like to do. It's something that I naturally do. I am fascinated about nature. I'm fascinated about the beauty of natural living expressions, like animals and plants and sky, and because for me everything is speaking to me. It's all communicating, but not in a verbal way, not in a human communication, not through words, but energetically. And I'm pretty sure that that's also what the Native Americans mean with, their rituals, and also their understanding of their environment and their natural their natural connection to animals, elements, stones, air, birds, all these things. And even though I live in an urban area, I have this too. I listen to the sounds of birds. When there's a different sound, I look up to the sky. When there is something on the floor going on in the garden or on the street, I look, I see, I notice these things. And I think once you start to, or you're doing this, when you want to remember your true nature, your true rhythm in a way, then it's just natural. It's natural to do these things because it's part of who you are. We are not excluded from that expression. There is no difference. We are that. We are all that expression. There's just different shapes, forms, colors, flavors. It's amazing. It's beautiful and fascinating. And I can't stop to share that message about the beauty of nature and your true nature. Hello, Nanda Kumar. Hey, I think I know you from Facebook. Your talks on non-duality is very, very clear. Thank you. I just love it. And you are so down to earth. Yeah, of course. My question is, says Abil, if all is one, then what is there to take back or give away? Yeah, of course, I understand that question, Abil. I will go into that later. Hi, Craig. Nice that you're here. Nice. Okay, so we have India, we have the US, we have Holland, and I think that Nanda Kumar is also from India. So it's beautiful that you're here, because we make this patchwork of all different characters just rising, appearing as one in this moment. And it's not even visible. If you just look at this moment, if you would just realize that, if you just look at things the way they are, we are all sitting behind a device, right? In an environment, in a room, or in a space. And from there is no difference. There is no difference if you are, whatever it is that you're doing, it's all a different movement in the same expression. Just like I was saying just now before, it's all, yeah, so fascinatingly mysterious. It's really mysterious. I know what's going to be my next nickname. It's just mysteriously. You know, there's nothing else to say than just being in awe about your true nature. Because you can ask questions about what is one, or what is two, or what is you, what are you, and why do we use all these different names, and we do use words. We are this only creatures on this earth that we use words. We use language, verbal language, but in the end it's just sound. It's a sound to express our views, our thoughts, our ideas, our feelings, our emotions. But in between all these words that you could take literally, and you can go with the loop, the magnifying glass, and you can go on. Yeah, the mind goes like, what is this? What does she mean with this word? You know what? Why is it that? Or why do people say in this talk, or in that book, or in that theory, or in that concept, they call it like that, they call it like this? It doesn't matter. It only matters whatever it is that's being said, whether it resonates with you, whatever it does with you, even if it doesn't resonate with you. If people are watching here and they come here and they have a certain motivation, or they have a certain longing, they want to get into a relationship, or they are longing for love, or they're longing for money or success, then they won't just not stay long, and they will keep on searching for this. They will go somewhere else and find a form or a shape or a concept that resonates with them at that moment, at that very moment. But that's also going to change, because your longings and your ideas are continuously changing. They're continuously in moving, just moving. They're never fixed, like nothing is really fixed. Appearances change, forms change, energy changes, because the energy is kind of personalized. All the energy that we usually relate to is personalized, because all that we see is interpreted from a personal view. You think that you are something, or that you are in a certain way, and that you have limitations, and that you are maybe doing something right or doing something wrong. So you have the concept of failure, you have the concept of shame or anxiety, or you have a longing to be successful, to be rich, and this is all limited, form-shaped ideas for personal gain, for personal growth. But what I'm speaking about is that that's not, I'm not saying that that is excluded. It's definitely included in the story, and also in getting to know yourself, because knowing your likes and your dislikes is very convenient. It can make your life more comfortable, more pleasurable, more fulfilling at a certain level, at a personal level. But the inner level, that is a continuous openness, a continuous surrender and trust in life, in whatever is happening. And that knowing, that's what I'm speaking about. Like allowing the energy that is you. And so I'm saying, I'm calling this take back the energy that belongs to you. But it's actually allowing your energy just to be present. Allowing your energy to go wherever it goes. My life isn't secure. My life isn't easy. I have lots of challenges. I have lots of sensations, feelings that are unbalanced many times doing my daily life. So, but I know that the underlying current of my life is safe, is something that I can trust. Even though sometimes life doesn't really give me a reason to trust it. But that is why I'm here to remind you and to invite you to connect with that, and to allow yourself to be fascinated about your true nature, to start to embrace the mystery of life instead of, God, it's scary, God, it's making me feel so insecure, God, I want to run away from this. I want to escape this mystery. No, don't escape the mystery. Embrace it, love it, let it be, let it in. That is what you truly are. Mystery is like is the adventure that you deeply long for, that you that's making your heart beat stronger, that is going to give you this sensation of wow, this warmth, this openness, this fascination, the wonder, the adventure. And yes, it's also scary. It's also, wow, sometimes taking a big leap, or falling down, maybe in a big cliff, or feeling like you're in a valley where you can't really get out of, because you just don't know what's going to happen next. But then also it's important to see that you're not alone. You may feel lonely, you may feel isolated because of patterns, because of repetitive patterns, conditioning, or just a situation that seems like it doesn't end, but you're never alone. Everyone is going through very similar sensations, situations, and so also similar stories. That's why it's most beautiful to feel that you can connect and that you can open up to others, because there's this recognition in our stories, also maybe in my story or parts of my story. I mysteriously, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, so also for you, Abil, or Kumar, or Craig, or Anne, or anyone that's watching, you can ask me questions here now if you want. You can do this through Skype. My Skype address is Liji Live. And if you don't want this, or you find this too scary, which I can imagine, but there's no need for this. It's okay, even if you feel scary. There's this really open space here to do this. You can write me an email. My email address is below all my videos. And then you can book a session if you want. If you want to work with me, I can coach you, I can guide you in your personal story, or help you to remember your true nature. Actually, it's always this dynamic. It's never just only one thing. Of course, there's just only mystery, that one huge mystery. But in the personal world, there's everything. There's always both. We have the personal experience, and in the personal experience, we also sense things. We have the second sense, but we're not really sure. And then we want to talk about it, want to ask questions. We are reflecting on this, thinking, but how does this work? Why is it like this? Why is this happening in my life? Why do I feel like this? So there, in all this dynamic, I can help you. I can clarify it, help you to clarify it, let you connect to where you are and what you're actually feeling, what's really, truly going on. Gosh, it's so bright still. It's just amazing. Just a few nights ago, there was this amazing sky. There was really late at night, and it seems like it was like the sky was dark, but there were some very light clouds in the sky, and these clouds, they were uh, illuminating. So it was like my brother told me, he's a photographer, and he told me it was like, he said, was a certain name for it, like there are ice crystals in the sky, and it's like a phenomenon, and then it just stays. It's nothing like what you have in Scandinavia. The what's it called? I don't remember the way it's called, but it's nothing like that. But it was just really, really amazing, beautiful, very nice. I don't know if you saw it, Greg. It was a few nights ago, last Friday night. Yeah, last Friday it was too. So now I don't know what to say. Yes, I know what to say. I know what to say. I love gardening. That's what I want to say. I love gardening. My mom was visiting me today. It was really sweet. She lives not far from here, but sometimes she gets a bit lost, or she gets, okay, maybe not lost, but disoriented. And so she doesn't come here often. That's also why she doesn't really know the way well. But because I go to see her. But I have my communal garden here. If you didn't know that, I created 3 years ago a communal garden, just really like 2 minutes walk from my house. And it's open space, but we fenced it with a nice, very romantic French kind of fence from chestnut wood. But anyway, she loves gardening, and also I love gardening. I also picked it up from her, I think, as a child. But also living in Portugal, I just love the plants and nature. So we went there, and it was just so sweet. She wanted to know everything, and she yeah, she was really happy to be there, and it was really warm. So I really thought, okay, we're going to go like 10 minutes and then go back in my house. But she wanted to sit around the tree. There we made a bench for sitting, and she just enjoyed it, and she was looking at the flowers, smelling the leaves of the certain bushes or plants. I showed her. It's so nice when people appreciate something that you do or that you create. Oh yeah, I have something I wanted to say to you also. Yeah. I wanted to say, like, I love to create things, be creative, and that can be in many ways. It can be in making a garden, or cooking, or creating a space, an environment, making it cozy, or well, many things, many things, and that can be for you as well. And when you create things, which we do always, we can't avoid to create things. If you look at it from a certain angle, if you look at it from a very different perspective, creation or creating things, that's what we do. This is something that we create, or I created it, I initiated it, but it's a creation, this live stream and this interaction here on the streaming, on the chat. So when you create something, automatically what happens is that you care for this creation. Creation creates care, because you want to keep the plants alive in my garden. I want to share the food that I made with others, or by creating lovely dishes for myself. I care for my body by creating a lovely, pleasant environment. I care for people that visit me, but also for myself. And so creation, it automatically creates, is linked with caring energy. And with a caring energy, you get connection. By starting my communal garden, or our communal garden, I should say, I have created, or through that garden, I have connected with other people. I met new people I didn't know in my neighborhood. I have now connections, friendships that happened because of it. And when I am cooking, or I make something else, or I make a conversation, I connect with others. There's this connection, like right now, right here. Yes, also that's what's happening. So I think it's really beautiful when you start to realize that everything that we do is an interlinked dynamic of unconscious, mostly unconscious, creative, or actions that are creating something. And then you get the care, the love. You feel empathy. You feel connected with somebody's story, or somebody's suffering, and then that also brings it right back into the connection of what we truly are, our true essence, our remembrance of that we're all the same and we're all in the same boat. This life, this thing here, this experience, the experience that's always changing, that's never ever the same. But you can make it into a very interesting story. So what's Marcus saying? Hi Lee. I'm going to read it out loud, Marcus. Hi Lee, I'm starting to see that my true enemy comes from within, my old belief system. The last couple of weeks I'm getting used to connecting to other people again. That's wonderful. There are beautiful moments and very desperate moments. The worst moments are when I move away from a group, knowing that this happens just because of my old patterns. I know now that I reject myself and others, not the other way around. So others are not rejecting you, but it keeps happening. I'm not sure how to approach this. Do you think I just need some time to, I don't know, to become calmer and more trusting in these situations? I'm very glad that you're writing me anyway, Marcus, because I was wondering how you were doing. And I think at first, I think it's very good that you recognize this, that you really recognize that it is a pattern that is repeating itself within your conditioning. And that, to acknowledge that and that you're able to recognize it, that's a very big a big insight, an insight that you can also, even though it's probably many times unpleasant, like you say, that you feel like it's still happening, even though you know it works like this. So you can feel the energy like failure or shame about the fact that this pattern is still happening. But I really think, and I know also from my own experience, it just takes time, and to keep telling yourself that this is going to, in the end, it's going to be reprogrammed within your conditioning. It just takes time. You need to repeat it, and you need to, like you are doing already, like you are getting